Hello, welcome back. I got some research done. I've hit most of my targets now though. I'm not really sure what to do next. It's either evocation, construction, or blood magic. At the moment I'm just going up evocation, I suppose. And this is a pretty short turn actually. Did some site searching, found a bunch of weird sites. Stuff I've never found before. There's Forest of the Ape King, which is nature gems and supply, I think it was? Yep. Oh no, 50 gold, even better. That's a pretty nice site. And then there's another one here, which is a underworld, which is 3 earth gems, and then lets you recruit troglodytes and gnomes. Gnomes are pretty cool mages. And then we also had a rock crab colony, I think. Another earth gem. So we now generate 31 earth gems per turn, which is pretty sick. I should definitely just start summoning Cyclops, I think, just to have earth casters, because why not? Those are the only sites we found though. Report from the soaked earth, storm of fireballs. We have fire rings on all of the commanders though, so no mage deaths that we can see. And lost 15 units. That's not bad. Events then, all good. We've cleared out the Licos, I think. Pearls, Heart of Life. It's a pretty cool one. 923 gold. Some resources, fire gems, nature gems, green dragon scale mail. And, okay, lost some tax, but yeah. And the stars are right for enchantments. Check those items. The Heart of Life is cool. I don't think I've ever forged this before. It gives you reinvigoration 10 at the cost of a chest wound, I think. Pretty interesting. I think a chest wound gives you, what, 5 encumbrance though? So it's actually like 5 reinvigoration. Interesting one. But that's it for messages, right? Yeah. Okay, so here's the state of the world currently. I'm not doing much this turn, because this big stack is threatening my cap again. Given how this player has played, I don't think they're going to move up my cap, because they seem to be quite cautious. But just in case, I put the province defense in Kamatan up to 60, because I have tons of gold. And then my big army, plus some more stuff from Ogwoods, and some Etherlords from Earthfall, are all just move patrolling over. So there's a move patrol movement with this army that's almost finished. We will march this somewhere soon. So we're move patrolling onto Kamatan, so if he does move in, we'll at least see some sort of battle. And either we'll win, or, well, momentum in this region stalls completely for the rest of the game probably, because it's getting close to the end. I'm going to assume this is a 100 turn timer. What it feels like. It's currently turn 88. So I'm going to guess that when it hits like turn 90, or 91 or whatever, it's going to say less than a year. So we'll see. That's the big movement up here. Still just ramming crap into Lost Lands, continuing to Black Death, Gondwald, keep killing the income. Stone Heavens is very big now. I'm tempted to move it up into Unsea and take this fort, but we have a route over here. Because we're going to see a battle here soon. And if it goes really badly for Zoko, maybe we can just move up and take it ourselves. We'll have to see. Looks like Citrani might not be defending though. Maybe he can't. He's been pretty small the whole game. I think his plan is just to sit still and just nibble at people. But I don't know. My scout coverage isn't good in this part of the world. Most of my scouts are through this section of the world, basically keeping an eye on Lilithors all game. But if we can keep this for, like, if we keep just recruiting stuff out of these places, and just keeping this defended, we can march stuff up, I think, and give it a try. We need more targets for thrones we can do. This army dodged us, but we took back Bonelands. There was nothing there. So we can move out of Bonelands when we want to. I don't want to just yet though. I want to make sure that we have items available for our armies if we need them over here. But we almost have all the fire rings that we're probably ever going to need. So once they're finished forging, we can go back to forging more useful things like astral boosters and items and nice stuff like that. So I'm sitting still over here as well. God's just teleporting to Kurgnia. I've got this little army that's been set up now. Go and head underwater and take this. We put another temple down underwater. And that's basically it for this game. I am sending 2 little squads over into Zoko's territory. We've got the Beast Trainer guy. Mercenaries, what are these guys called again? The Dragon Tamer. Let's see if his 4 Fire Drakes can take a province. Should be able to. And then Mornwoods is just getting some Harpies. I'm just going to push some little bits and pieces over this way. Why not? Ultimately, the goal is this throne, and then maybe this one if we're feeling really confident. But I just want to see where this moves. We've still got the 50 PD sitting in Toledo if he moves that way. I think that might kill a few things. But we'll see where this moves and if we need to fight it or not. If not, I need to build up a little bit of strength here. We don't really have that much stuff here. We've got good mages, and we have good shock resistance, basically. But beyond that, most of our units died to Fountains of Lightning. This is literally all that's left here, so we need at least some blockers before we walk at Zoko, and certainly before we try and take another throne, I think. But that's the plan here. Other than that, some little miscellaneous things. This guy has already been twice born, so I'm going to just drown him. I'd rather just have a white mage who might have more death magic than a troll shaman. I don't care too much about the big troll chassis. Same thing's happening over here as well. I've got this troll shaman that is about to cast a twice born and then go drown himself. We'll just see if we get death boosts. Might be nice to put more death mages in Lost Lands as well. While Rotten Tom is black deathing, someone else can keep summoning skeletons in the fort. It's quite a lot of skeletons here, but there could always be more, you know. There'll always be more. And last few things I'm forging. I'm forging some Stymphalian wings. Just in case we need to fly a prophet around. Not a prophet, a bishop fish around. So that's something. I think that's basically it. There's the Stymphalian wings. So in the next few turns, we'll definitely try and shove this army upwards. If we can, we'll just dodge Zoko and just try and take this. I think that would be probably more beneficial in the long run. But if we bump into this army and take back this province, that would be quite nice. Because I would like to have the crypt back. It'd be pretty useful. And then we'll think about pushing this way. And we'll think about pushing this way as well. That's it for this turn. That's turn 88. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next turn. Hello, welcome back. Big turn for orders. Quite a few events as well, I suppose. I got some more evocation research done. Did some more site searching. We found another weird one that I don't think I've ever had before. Flesh Garden of Mortal Remains, Toledo. Unfortunately, we just lost that province, but it's a cool site. 2 death gems, 1 nature gem. I think that was it for sites. Report from Ediril. Got hit by beckoning again. 8 units. Doesn't seem like a very good spell, does it? Did Tiamat find anything? No. And then a couple of weird battles. First up, we got attacked in Earthfall by a ritual. Bunch of iron flies. So this is the Throne of Knowledge. Had the PD killed by flies. And now it's currently under siege by a single Clove Elder. So, Earthfall's now under siege, interestingly. Next up, I used my... Remember this assassin I geared out? Sent him over to annoy Zatopek, so... It just kills a random mage. I'm going to put him to more useful uses this turn, but yeah. What else? Bunch of battles then with Zoko. Did I look at the map first? Probably. So we can see Zoko over here in Soaked Earth again. Big stack on Ragdan, another one on Nethermark. And also over here where they walked at Toledo. So I'll look at those when I'm looking at the scripts versus them. Over here though, we also saw Zoko taking this fort off Citrani, or putting her under siege, I suppose. Big army. There's also a big mix of tough units that have mines, although these guys are starving, and the water lilies that don't. So, yeah, I think the point at which we could have just popped all the commanders has passed if the armies are now mixed. That's a shame. But this is a very scary army. Not sure how to fight into this. I suppose we could just time stop and just spam returning and just force everything back and then just kill whatever mages remain. That's going to be pretty tough to deal with. So that's Shambhalak. Also saw him storming Umbra with just a scout, but yeah, looks like Citrani couldn't defend this fort. So that throne is probably going to go to Zoko. Zoko's looking very strong, huh? I think that was the only interesting battles. There's Umbra, yeah, that's over there. Mornwoods. Those are the two I sort of took back, so the little Harpy squad and the mercenaries. So they're over here. But I'll look at the other Zoko battles in a second. Events then, we got a couple of pearls from our global, Monster Boar in Shade Forest, some Unrest, some Fire Gems, Ring of Tamed Lightning. Yeah. Global event for Luck and Growth. What else we got down here? Lost a Scout, discovered a Scout, Under Siege and Earthfall, and Chebnasu has been permanently vanquished. So Chebnasu was this player. Yeah. They've been out for a long time. Okay, let's look at armies. So first up there's this one over here, which is threatening my Throne of Summer. So this is another mixed army. So lots and lots of Minotaurs in the front. Lots of water relays at the sides. Only 3 mages though, they do have bodyguards. Well, 2 mages and the Prophet. So I think if we just spam mind-destroying spells, it's not going to work, because a lot of the Minotaurs are going to soak up attacks. These two guys only have 14 magic resistance, thankfully, but a bit awkward. I think I need at least some blockers to hold these guys back while I spam spells. And that's a problem in this throne, because I just lost all my units to Fountains of Lightning. Keep having this awkward problem with Zoko where I can't fight them correctly because I just lost a bunch of stuff elsewhere. This is going to be awkward to deal with in the Throne of Summer. So in the Throne of Summer, I'm not going to deal with it. Province defense is just 15, everyone's just staying in the fort and researching. But we do have the assassin here. So I'm going to move the assassin to my fort, and maybe we can just assassinate those commanders in that army. There's just 2 of these guys. These are very, very tough, and they'll probably bless, which gives them regen and stuff like that. So I'm not sure if the assassin can kill them. But he does have a big size 6 water elemental, some vine men, and a fireballer, so he can try killing them. And that would be something. We'll give it a shot. So that's what's happening over here. Over here, this is a lot more awkward because these are so big, these armies now. The Soaked Earth one is just 166 water lilies. Quite a few mages though. But there's no things in this army with mines, so it's the weakest of the armies I can see. I could just soul slay all there aren't even like Cyclopes here, so there's nothing tough. I'd just have to soul slay, what's this, 16 things? It's not too bad. This army also can't get to my cap, whereas these 2 can. These 2 I can't see though. This I assume is the giant army we saw ages ago, and this is just some reinforcements. But it's a problem because these guys have mines, so if all of this stuff moves on to my army, it gets hard to fight anyway because he just spams the Yeti Mage spell, which also produces units with mines, but these guys would make it impossible, I think? I don't know. So it's a tricky army to fight. We do have a lot of units over here, but most of them are held back. And I put province defense up to 60. And I've got everything here patrolling. So I'm going to do my best to defend against like a push-in from these 2 stacks, but I think it's going to be really hard. I'm not sure if we can win this or not. But we'll give it a shot. So, communion slaves as usual are just on communion slave duty. I think we've got 21 of these guys. And there's some more stuff coming over from Ogwoods. So some water mages, some S2 mages, and some more slaves. So there's a lot of communion slaves over here. We need to retain Ediril during the ritual phase to make sure this movement happens, unfortunately. But I put the PD here up to 39. Hopefully we can keep that. If it gets hit by iron flies, we won't, but we'll try. So yeah, we've got a bunch of communion slaves. The S2 guys are mostly just going to do improved halt foes on turn 1 to try and paralyze some stuff with mines. And then just spam Soul Slay. We've got a Banner of the Northern Star in this battle, so just have these guys spamming Soul Slay every turn. See how they get on. Did I remember to give you guys the remaining boots? No. So these guys should have boots and pen items. So let's do that. There might be some more boots of the messenger in my empire somewhere. So I can go through and give more shoes out. Give these guys a bit more reinvigoration. But at least they've got pen items. So the little bit of soul slaying they do will be boosted a little bit. Yeah, I'll look for more shoes after the turn. I'd also give them water. It's tricky to know how many items to give these. I guess I should go all in, shouldn't I? Try my best to keep all this stuff alive. Because if we lose a push to Zoko here, it stalls all my momentum over here. I lose my captain as well and stuff like that. Probably not good. Yeah, so there's what the S2 guys are doing. And there's some more S2 guys coming over from here as well, doing the same thing. So, more pen items to give out, I suppose. Oh, there's none left. Okay, that's fine. And that just leaves the big mages. So we've got my a bishop fish doing divine blessing. Blessing on these guys is actually quite good against the war trolleys because they don't have any protection and they don't have any cold resistance. So the cold weapons bless is actually pretty good against war trolleys, weirdly. And these guys hit pretty hard anyway. So my sacreds are pretty good against war trolleys. Probably not good against 600 war trolleys, but because you've only got like 60 of these guys. But it's something. The big buffs I'm going to try and put up in this battle are Vapor Warriors. I think Mistform's going to be useful against war trolleys. Astral Shield might be good against war trolleys because they've only got size 0 weapons. Howlin' Relief, as always. Doom, cursing everything, seems pretty good. And that's about it. My big Ether Lord Mage is just going to do Time Stop, Mass Metal Burn, and then just spam Soul Sunderings. Everyone else just try to do Soul Sunderings when they can. About all we've got from the big mages there. I've also got a Fire Mage. Is that in this one? Yeah. Fire Mage is going to put up Heat from Hell. We're quite resistant to this now because all of our mages have fire resist rings, so we've got tons of fire resist on our mages. So Heat from Hell might be a pretty good one. I don't think that's going to do anything to the war trolleys though. Is there constructs, right? Is that correct? Is that how that works? I can't remember. They're inanimate. I think that means Heat from Hell. Oh, they've got fire resist anyway. Okay. Yeah, so Heat from Hell won't do anything to these guys, but might shut down some of the mages at least. And then I've also got some water mages over here coming over too who are going to do... This guy's just going to cast Curse of the Desert. Might put some fatigue on the mages. And this guy's going to do Warriors of Niflheim. So we'll have additional fire resist in our army as well. So that's the best I can do for Kamatan. Hopefully we can defend against the push against this. I think it's going to be really, really difficult though. We do have some additional things happening though to try and soften them up. So I've got a couple of mage in Earthfall casting Enchanted Small Fire Attack. I think there's like 4 of them. Getting cast at Nethermark. If we could kill some commanders here to stop the mind-having units come, that would be really great. And then the last thing I'm going to do, and maybe this is a mistake, I don't know, because I don't usually reach the stage of the game where I can do stuff like this. But I'm going to hit this province with a bunch of rituals. So we've got stuff like Ox Heads, and Send Lamias, Send Awa, Clockwork Horrors. A bunch of stuff is going to attack this province during the ritual phase. And then my god's going over as well. So my god's just teleporting over to spam Mass Mental Burn. Towards the end of the battle, he'll do Time Stop and then I guess go off script. I'm not sure how much he's going to be able to cast, but he's got tons of gems. My goal is just really just to maybe trigger some gem use, but ultimately just try and kill as many mages as possible. Because a lot of the mages in these stacks are just Ictiids and like Marrow Shaman. They have low hit points, low magic resistance, and they're really important to the army because they're communion slaves. So if my god can just teleport in, kill a bunch of communion slaves with mass metal burns, and then take a small amount of damage, and just immediately get sent home from the Ring of Returning, that would be really useful, I think. So that's the plan to hit Ragdan. I'm not sure if it's going to work. I can't imagine anything kills my god though. If I understand correctly, the way the Ring of Returning works is unless we get killed in one hit, we're always going to be safe, right? And my god has cold resist and shock resist. He's got slash and pierce resist, probably irrelevant. I think it's spells that are going to kill you instantly. He's got 25 magic resistance and 25 protection there, so... The biggest spell I've seen in the book that does like armor piercing damage does like 40 damage, I think. He's got 60 hit points. He does have Fool's Luck. Protect fully against the first hit. But the second hit will result in twice the normal damage. Is this bad with the returning ring? It's if you get wounded, not if you get hit. So is having Fool's Luck just like purely bad if you're relying on a Ring of Returning? It's from the spell focus. There's not much I can do about it now. I'm not going to take that off, I don't think. But maybe that's... Maybe I should. Maybe leaving Fool's Luck on something that's relying on returning is really bad. Because you're going to take double damage from the first thing that hits you. I don't have any more spare coins is the problem. Maybe I'll think about it after I've submitted the turn. Maybe I'll come back in and change it. But yeah. That's what's happening over here. Up here we're under siege from Mill of Fours. Not doing anything though. Just going to sit inside the fort for now. And over here I'm going to push at Unsea. We'll try and give ourselves a route over to this throne. We'll see what happens. It looks like he's easily going to take it as the thing, and that army looks very, very difficult to deal with. But there's another throne here as well, which is also an option, I suppose. But yeah, we're going to push onto this anyway. It's pretty simple. There's nothing like crazy here. It's a bunch of communion slaves at the back, a couple of communion masters who are just doing mental blast, a couple of buffs, and then soul sunderings. And then there's a few additional mages who are doing some other stuff like spamming killer mantises or spamming suffocate. This does damage and brings you back as a soulless if it kills you. These guys are all just spamming improved halt foes. So we'll try and take this fort as well. And that's about it for this turn. Little things are attacking this underwater province now. So we'll take that. Put up a temple. Drowning this troll shaman. Sending this troll shaman underwater. Realize there's no temple in Green Sea, so I'm moving this priest back to build one there. And I think that's it. Nothing else being forged or anything either. I think we're summoning some crushes in Earthflow, if I remember rightly. Yeah. I'm summoning some crushes. Why not? Stick some crushes in the fort. We'll see what they're like next turn. And that's it for this turn. So, I'm going to partial briefly. Maybe I'll come back and change my god. I don't know. Seems like it might be a mistake to have Fool's Luck on someone you're relying on returning for. But that was turn 89, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.